Hello, everyone. I'm Frank, and welcome to Frank Puzzles. This is today's easy level difficulty uh, puzzle, and it's called "Some Things in the Corners" by Red Barchetta. And here are the rules: normal Sudoku, normal variant applied, which means place the digits 1 through 9 in every row, every column, and 3 by 3 box. Arrows. Digits on an arrow sum to the digit in the bulb of the arrow. There's only one arrow, so these two digits must sum to this. So, for example, if this was a 2, if this was a 2 and a 4, this would have to be 6 because this is the bulb and that adds up to those two digits. Crop key dots. Digits on a white dot are consecutive. So, basically, these have to be one apart from each other. So, for example, if this was a 6, this would have to be a 5 or a 7. Palindrome. Digits on gray lines repeat forward to backwards. I don't know if I like how that's expressed. So, okay, the only gray line I see is here. So this, I guess this is the palindrome line. So basically, it has to read the same forward or backwards from one direction to the other. So red this way, it has to read the same way that way. So basically, yeah. So if this was a 1, this would have to be a 1. If this was a 5, that would have to be 5, etc., etc. Region sum lines. Box borders divide blue lines into sections with equal sums. Blue lines and their section sums may be the same as or different from other blue lines and their section sums. For sake of clarity, there is one line that is both a palindrome and a region sum line that crosses boxes 4, which is this, 7, which is this, and box 8, which is this. So we are correct. So this is a palindrome line. It's also considered, it is a region sum line, where a region sum line means that, again, the box borders divides the line into different segments which must equal each other. So, for example, in this long line, these two digits must equal the same as these three digits, which must equal the same as these 5 digits, because again, it cuts the line there, which must equal the same as these 3 digits, which must equal the same as those 2 digits. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, so yeah, if we're going to look at this one, right? So this one has to be, so we know that two digits can be at most 17. We know 5 digits has to be at least 15. So it has to be from 15 to 17 is this number, right? So we know this is at least 6, 7, 8, 9. This is at least 6. This has to be, has to include 1, 2, 3, and it can be 4 and 7, which would be 17. So 7 is the highest it can be, but it also, we know it contains 1, 2, and 3. So this cannot be 1, 2, or 3. This is consecutive, so this is 1 through 8. Yeah, and that's that part. Here we know these 2 equals these 3, which equals those 3. So this is divisible by 3. Therefore, this has to be divisible by 3 also, because 45 is divisible by 3. And if this is multiplied by 3, anything that's divisible by 3 and to get subtracted by something that's divisible by 3 must also be divisible by 3. So this is 3, 6, or 9. Same way here. This is the same thing. This is 6 through 9 because for this to be... okay, so then this cannot be 3, because if it's 3, this is 1, 2. And this has to have 3 digits add up to 1. And that would be, if this is 3 and this is 1, 2, these would have to be 4, 5, 6 at minimum, which is 15, which is too big. So this cannot be 3. We have another 3 that adds up to 1. So again, the minimum is 1, 2, 3. So this is 1 through 6. This is 1 through 6. In addition, we know 2 out of 1, 2, 3 have to be there. This is 6 through 9 also. These two equal these two. So we know... Okay, the rest are all fairly intuitive. Okay, so... If this is 6, 1, 5, this is 2, 3, 4. If this is 6, 2, 4, it would have to be 1, 3, 5. But the thing is, it doesn't have to be that way. Okay, so therefore, if it's 9, 45 minus 9 is 36. So each of these would have to be equal to 12. Is that right? If this is 9, 45 minus 9 is 36. So we know that because this is equal to... We were trying to figure out what one of these segments is equal to. So 45 in one full row or column adds up to 45 because it adds 1 through 9. So subtract out 9, you have 36. 36 divided by 3, this has to be 12. This is 12, and that's 12. So if it's 6, though, this becomes 13. So this is either 6, and this is 13. Oh, interesting. So if this is 6... Interesting. If this is 6, this has to be... that doesn't work, because these have to be 13, right? If that's 6. And then you would have to have 4 and 5 at minimum, but 4 and 5 don't add up to 6. Therefore, this has to be 9. So we know this is 9. This adds up to 12. So this is 12, and this is 12. So one thing we actually, yeah. So this is 12, and this is 12. It cannot be 3, 9. It could be 4, 8, or 5, 7. So we know this is, this has to be 4 and 5. This is 4 and 5. So this cannot be 4 and 5. So this is 7 and 8, because 4 and 8 is 12. 5 and 7 is 12. So this is 7 and 8 too. So we know this is 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 6. So this has become 6 or 9. So this has to be 3 or 6. I guess it could be 3, 1, 2. Interesting. So if this is 3, this is 1, 2, 6, this is 9, this is 1, 2, 1, 2. It cannot be 1, 2, 1, 2, though. So say this was 1, 2, and this was 1, 2. This has to add up to 12. You could have it if it's 3, 4, 5. That's the only 3-digit combination that adds up to 12 that does not include 1 or 2. But the problem is you have a 4, 5 there. So the 3, 4, 5 would eliminate all possibilities there. So therefore, this cannot be 1, 2. And the same reasoning here. This can't be 1, 2. And it's a palindrome, so we know it can't be 1, 2. Therefore, this has to be 6. Which means this can't be 6. So this becomes 1, 2, and 3. Therefore, this has to be 6 also. So these can't be 6. This can't be 6. So this has to be at least 7. Well, it could be 7, 8, 7, 9, or 8, 9. We don't know which. Either way, this cannot be 6. This can't be 6. So this has to add up to 6, right? So it's either 1, 5 or 2, 4. So this is 12, and it cannot have 1, 2, and 9 because one of 1 or 2 is here, one of 1 or 2 is here. So this becomes 1, 2, 4, 5. This becomes 1, 2, 4, 5, right? This cannot be 3, 4, 5. So one of 1 or 2 has to be here, right? So it's either one of 1 or 2. Therefore, the rest of 1 or 2 cannot be here. So this is 3 through 9. This is 3 through 9. Okay, what can the 12s be, right? So this is 6. Okay, we have, so this is 1 through 5. No, yeah. This must equal, these two must equal these two. So this also is 1 through 5, right? Oh, no. We only know that could be 7 or 8 or 9, and that could be 7, 8, or 9, right? So we don't have any information here. So this can't be 3 for the same reasoning, right? Because this, if this is 3 and this is 1, 2, this cannot be 3, 4, 5. So this can't be 3. Can it be 4? If it's 1, 3, this could be 2, 4, 6. So that is a potential valid one. So 4 could be there. In addition, so we know this is 12. This is 12. We don't know what this is. Oh, wait, we know. Oh, we know exactly how much these are. So we know exactly how much this is specifically. So this is 6. This is 6. Oh, we don't know how much that is exactly. But this is 6. This is 6. And this is 12. So that's 24 total. This is either 7, 8, or 9. So if it's 7, that's 24 plus 7 is 31. If it's 9, it's 33. So this has to be... Okay. This has to be at least 12, right? You have 12 here, 6, 6, so that's 24 total. This could be 9 at most, so that's 33. And then these two would have to add up to 12, and that's the minimum. So these have to add up to 12, and that's minimum. But we know that this is 6. So 3 has to be on here. Wait. Where is the 1 and 2 in row 8? It has to be here. So this cannot be 1 or 2. So this has to be 3. So this cannot be 3. Right? So this has to contain a 3. So which means it has to be 3 and 9. Because that's the minimum it could be. It has to be 12. So therefore this has to be 12, which means this has to be 9. So this is 9. This can't be 9. So this can't be 3 and 9. So this has to be 3 and 9 here. So this is 3 and 9. So this can't be 9. So we know this is 7 and 8. So that has to be 15, which means this has to be 1 through 5. So no 1 through 5 here. This can no longer be 9 because it has to add up to 15. This can't be 6. This can't be 7 or 8 anymore because that has to be 1 through 5. This is 7 or 8. This is 7 or 8. This is 3, 9. This has to be 6 with 1, 5 or 2, 4. So then this has to be 3. And it cannot contain a 4, 5 because one of these is 4, 5. So this is 3 with 7 or 8 and 1 or 2. Okay, so this can no longer be 3. These two are the same. These two are the same, and these two are the same. We don't know anything else. So yeah. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 9. So this has to be 9. Oops. This has to be 9. Which means this is 15. So this has to add up to... what is it? 6, right? So it's either 1, 5 or 2, 4. Which means this there cannot be 3 except here. So this cannot be 3. So 3 is here, and this is 1, 2, or 4, 5. Therefore, this is 6. So this cannot be 1, 2, or 4, 5. So this is 9. We know we don't know anything about 3 here. Hold up. No, this could be 7 or 8. Okay, so this adds up to 9. We don't know what this adds up to. This adds up to 3. So we know this is 15. This is 17 at most. That doesn't really help us. This is 12. This is 15. So it's 27. So 1 of 1 or 2 is here. 1 of 1 or 2 has to be here, right? Yeah, because it cannot be 1, 2, and 9 because the 9's out. So it could be 1, 3, 8, 1, 2, 7. Sorry, 1, 2. It can't be 1, 2. 2, 3, 7. There's a lot of possibilities there. Okay. So the 9 has to be here. Oh, this can't be 9. Oh, interesting. This is 15 at most because the 9 is here, right? Oh, where does the 9 have to be? Right? 9 can't be on any of the blue lines that add up to... Well, 9 can't be here. 9 can also not be here because it adds up to a single digit. 9 can't be here because it adds up to a single digit. Therefore, the 9 has to be in this spot. So this can't be 9, that can't be 9. This is 15 at most. Doesn't really tell us much. That could be 15, so that's 15. So this is 15 at least, but that doesn't really tell us much either. Right, so this is 3 through 9. No 6, obviously. Because that's 1 or 2. This is 1 or 2. So this is different from this 1 or 2, which is different from that 1 or 2. So this 1 or 2 has to be there, and it has to be there. Right? Because this one sees this one. So in addition, this 1 or 2 has to be here, and then one of those two. We're going to label this, I guess, yellow. I don't know which one is yellow or blue, but it's easier to figure it out this way. So this 1 or 2's here. We don't know which one's here. Let's go about it this way. We're going to call this orange, we're going to call this purple. We're going to call this yellow and this green. This orange cannot be this one, so this one is a purple. This one's a purple. This one has to be yellow, obviously. So this one has to be yellow, which means this one is green. So pink and green go together, so this has to be green also. We know one of the 4 5s is here. So we know this is green. So this also has to be... Oh, this... Wait, so then... We know this is 4 and 5. Right? It cannot be here It cannot be on here. It cannot be here. So this has to be 1, 2, and 4, 5. Because pink, this has to be orange. So this has to be pink. This has to be pink. This has to be orange. This has to be orange. So this has to be yellow, right? This has to be orange. We don't, okay, and then we have, I guess, blue, and we'll go with red here. So blue, so red is here. Blue is, oh, here. Therefore, this is blue, and this is red, right? Because these two must add up to 12. These two must add up to 12. Hmm. So blue cannot be here. Blue could be here or here. We don't know which. Okay. We know that, okay, so this is 1, 2, 4, or 5, right? This obviously cannot equal 9. So we know exactly what that is. It's one of the 1, 2, and one of the 4, 5s. Okay, so this is 4, 5 also. So this cannot be 4, 5. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. The 4, 5, this one has to be here. So green and purple go together. And that's that. Unfortunately, we don't have any more information. What can this be? It cannot contain 2 out of 1, 2, or 3. So this has to be at least 5. It could be up to... It could contain none of 1, 2, or 3. So that's no good. Doesn't limit things too much. We know this is 15. We know this is 15. We know this is 15. Doesn't really tell us much. This could be 1, 2, 6, 1, 3, 5, or 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1 cannot be anywhere else, right? So either this contains a 1 in 1, 2, 6, or 1, 3, 5, or it's 2, 3, 4, in which case this would have to be a 1, right? With something. Because the next lowest would be 5, 6, and that doesn't add up to a digit. So there is no 1 anywhere else. So we can add 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If this is 1, 2, 6, okay, so if this either this contains a 2, so either it's 1, 2, 6, 2, 3, 4, or it's 1, 3, 5. Without a 2, this would have to be 4, 6, which is greater than a digit. So none of these can be 2 either. I think it could be 3 though. 1, 2, 6. This could be 4, 5. So 3 could be here. So 1, 2 cannot be here or here because 1, 2 has to be here if it's not here, right? Okay, this is 1 through 8. Well, all of this is 1 through 8. Right. This can't be 9. This is consecutive. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so this adds up to 12. This is consecutive, which makes this odd because you have to be 1 apart from each other. So one's odd, one's even. So this has to be odd, which means it's what? It cannot be 1, 2. So it could be 2, 3, in which case that's 7. It could be 3, 4, in which case that's 5. It could be 5, 6, in which case that's 1. It cannot be 4, 5, though. So we know for certain this is 1, 5, or 7. Oh, okay. This can't be 9 because it's 15, and this 6 here is there. So one of these is 9, which means this cannot be 9. Right? This is 9. This can't be 9. So this one of these two has to be 9, which means that can't be 9. So either this is 9 or this is 9, right? So this is 1, 5, or 7. Again, this could be 2, 3. In which case that's 7. It could be 3, 4. In which case that's 5. It can't be 3, 4. So it cannot be 3, 4, 5. So this is 2, 3, 7. Or it's 5, 6, 1. Interesting. So if this is 2, 3, 7, if this is 2, 3, so this is 6 or 7 either way. If this is 2, 3, 7, remember it can't be 1, 2, so it can't be 1, 2, 9. Could be 2, 3, 7. Cannot be 3, 4 because that would be 5, and that doesn't work. It can't be 4, 5 because that would be 3. There, that would be 4, 5. It could be 5, 6, and that's 1. So if this is 2, 3, 7, this has to be 1, 5. Otherwise, this has 1 and 5, so this cannot be 5 ever. On top of that, this is 6 or 7. We know that therefore 8 and 9 have to be here. So this cannot be 8 or 9. This is 6 or 7. This is 6 or 7. This can't be 6 or 7, so this has to be 3 or 4. So we know the 4 is here, so this can't be 4. So either this is 4 or this is 4. We don't know which. Okay, let's figure that out then. Say this was 2, 3, and 7, right? If this is 2, 3, 7, this would have to be 4 and 8, but the green would have to be here, so this would be 4 and 2. So that doesn't work. So this cannot be 2, 3, 7, right? Again, if this is 2, 3, and 7, that forces this to be 8, which means it goes with 4. The 4 has to be green here. Because the green goes with purple no matter what, because this is a palindrome, right? Oh, on top of that, okay, so we know this is 4 and 5, right? 1 and 2 can't be consecutive with any of these, so this is 4 and 5, which means we know this is not blue. This is not yellow. This is not pink. And this is not green, which means this is 1 or 2. So 4 and 5 cannot be here, interestingly enough. I don't know if that helps any, but whatever. Again, orange cannot be this one, which means it also cannot be this one. We know this can't be green, so the other green has to be here. So pink and green go together. So if this is 2, 3, 7, that becomes 8 and 4, but then this would be 4, and the 4 has to be with 2, so that's a contradiction. This cannot be 2, 3, therefore. This has to be 1, which means this has to be 1, this has to be 2, 4, which means this is 3. So the 1 cannot be here. This cannot be 3. This cannot be 2. So we know now the pink. So, okay, let's remove the multicolored pinks. So this has to be 4. Let's remove these multicolors too. We'll move those multicolors and those multicolors and these multicolors. So we know exactly what these numbers are. So the greens have to be 4. The purples have to be 2. Okay, so this is a multi-colored one. So the purples have to be 2. The oranges have to be 1. And the yellows have to be 5. So then the blues have to be 7. The reds have to be 8, right? So this becomes not 7. So this is 5, 8, 9. This is 1, 4. We have This has to be, this cannot be 6, so this has to be the 6. So this is 6 and 9. This cannot be 9, so this can't be 6 here. This is 7, 8, 9. No 1, 2, 3. No 2. No 1 or 3. No 3 or 7. No 1 or 3. No 1 or 3. No 1. So this has to be 2, 3, and 7 here. So this has to be 7 because it cannot be 7 and 8 because that would be greater than 15 for those 3. Therefore, this is 7. This can't be 7. This has to have an 8 somewhere. So this can't be 8. So this is not 2 or 7. This can't be 1 or 5. This can't be 2 or 4. This can't be 7. So it could still be 6. Okay, this can no longer be 8. This can no longer be 7 or 6. Right? Because at minimum this is 4. So this, if this is 4 and not 2, it has to be at least 6. So that's 10. So this has to be 2, which means this becomes 1, 3, 5. So this is 1, 3, 5, which means this can't be 3 or 5. So this is 2 and 4, which is 6, or 2 and 7, which is 9. So no 2 here, no 1, 3, 5 here, no 1 or 5 here. This can't be 5, so this is 6, this is 5. So this can't be 6, this can't be 5. Yeah. So this is either 10, 12, or 14. We don't know which. This can't be 6. So this is one of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No 2 here. So this can't be 4, 5 either. This is 1, 3, no 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 possibilities. So this is 8, which adds up to 15. So it's also 7. So it's either 1 and 6, which it cannot be, so it cannot be 1. It's either 3 and 2 and 5 or 3 and 4. So the 1 has to be here, which means this can't be 1. So 1 has to be here. So this is 2, 5 or 3, 4. So this can never be 4 because if this is 2, 5, this would have to be 1, 3, 4. Oh yeah, okay. So this is 15, this is 15. So that's 37. So 45 minus 37 is 8. So this has to add up to 8. Therefore, this is 1 with 3 or 4. So this can't be 4. This has to be 21, 15, 36. So this adds up to 9. So this is either 1, 3, 5, in which case this can't be 5. Right? This is 1, 3, 5, or it's 2, 3, 4, and this could be 2 or 3. Okay, let's see. This could be 1, it cannot be 1, 5. It could be 1, 8, in which case this is 9. Or it could be 4, 5, in which case this is 9. So this is 9 either way. So this is 9. This can't be 9. This can't be 9. This has to be 9. This is 4 or 5, so this has to be 1 or 2. I can't. 1 or 2. The 5 has to be here, which doesn't tell us very much. So this is either 1, 8 or 4, 5 because it cannot be 6. It cannot be, yeah, those are the only possibilities. Oh, so this is 2. This is 4. So 4 cannot be here. This can't be 2. This can't be 4. This can't be 4. Therefore, this has to be 4, which means 4 cannot be here, which means this is 5. So this is 5 and 1, which means this is 2, 3. So this can't be 2 or 3. This is 1. This can't be 5. This can't be 1. So this is at least 2 and 6. So it cannot be 8 here. This can't be 6, 7, or 8. This has to be 8 or 9. It cannot be 3, 6, and 9. So this can't be 3 ever. This is 2. So this can't be 2. This is 4. This is 2. This can't be 4. So this has to be the 4. There's only one place for 3 now, so that's 3. This can't be 4 anymore. Oh, well, we knew that. This is 1, 5, so this is 2. Right. This cannot be 2 and 5. No 5. This is 3, 4, 8. No 3. So this is 3, 4, 8, which means it cannot be 3. This has to be 4 and 5, which means this is 1. This can't be 4. So this becomes, it cannot be 4. It could be 2, 7, or 9. This can't be 2. Therefore, this is 7 and 9. Therefore, this is 8. This is 3. This is 1. This has to be 4 because there's no other place for 4. So this becomes a 6, 8 pair. So no 6 or 8. This is 7, 9. So this has to be 8. This is 7. This is 6. This is 8. This is 8. This has to be 9 because this is 8. So this is 9. So this is 7. This is 6. This is 6. This is 1, 5, 9, 3, 8. This cannot be 1. This can't be 1. This has to be 6. No 6 and 9. No 1 or 6. So this is 7 and 9, which makes that 8, which makes that 7, which makes this 5, which makes that 8, which makes that 4. 1, 3, 4, 2, 3. This can't be 8. This can't be 8. So 2 has to be here. So this adds up to 14. So it could be 2, 3, 9, but that's not possible because this can't be 3s. Therefore, this is 7. This is 9. This has to add up to 14. So 14 minus 9 is 5. So this is 5. This is 1. This is 7. This is 9. This is 3. This is 5. This is 3. And that's 1. And that's the solution. That took me a little while to get through. Yeah, I was just kind of slow about things. But yeah, overall, I hope you enjoyed the solve. And I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.